Japan just announced a sudden snap election, and many people are asking why right now? More importantly, why are financial markets watching this so closely? So in this video, I am going to explain why Japan called this election and why investors care in a very simple terms. Let's go into the video. So before we go into the more topic, first let's see what is a snap election. A snap election means the government calls an election earlier than the expected. In Japan, the Prime Minister has the power to dissolve the lower house and ask the public to vote again, even if the elections are not due yet. So this is very normal in parliamentary system and it is not a crisis situation. So I feel it is a strategic decision by the current PM. So let's see why Japan call it now. So why did Japan suddenly call a snap election right now? Let's see the reason very crystal and clear way. The first and foremost reason would be the stronger mandate. Yes, the Prime Minister is still new. Calling an early election is a way to ask voters directly, am I doing the right way? Do you support this government or not? So a clear win means stronger authority to pass any policies in future. The next reason would be the political stability. Without a stronger majority, passing budgets and reforms becomes difficult. Elections can reset the political situations. The next reason would be the timing. Yes, leaders usually call elections when they believe public support is relatively strong and opposition is not fully prepared. So we saw so far what is this election all about and why it is needed now. So let's move on to the important topic, how and why market cares now. Why markets care? So let's go into the core part. Markets don't vote, obviously. Markets react to the uncertainty and clarity. So the key information here is elections create uncertainty before the result, but clarity after the result. So that's why investors pay attention. Then let's see how markets may react on the result day. So now let's talk about what markets usually do on the election result day. This is not a prediction from my side. It's all about how markets typically react to any outcomes. Let's see scenario by scenario. The first scenario, let's take it as strong and clear result. Yes, definitely it is a market friendly. If the election result is clear and produces a stable government, markets usually react very positively. Why? Because clarity reduces the uncertainty, isn't it? So in this case, you may see a short-term relief rally, reduced volatility, more confidence from the investors. Then let's see the scenario number 2. Expected or more neutral result. Yes. If the results matches the expectation, markets often move sideways. That's because the outcome was already priced in and the investors wait for the policy details and budget decision. So in this case, market mostly goes in a sideways. Yes. Let's see the final scenario, which is very weak or unclear result. In this case, if the market is weak or unclear, markets may become more volatile, not because of the politics, but because of the uncertainty lost longer. In this case, investors wait and markets may fluctuate until the clarity returns. So for the short-term market behavior would be historically before elections, markets may become volatile. You may see some sideways movement, short-term pullback, investors waiting on the sidelines. So this does not mean market crash. It means waiting. In Japan, elections usually cause noise, not panic. So let's see what are the takeaways for a long-term investors. For a long-term investors, people who follow our channel, one election does not change everything. What matters more is policy direction, budget decision, and economic stability. Once results are very clear, markets usually refocus on the fundamentals. So that's why many investors says markets fear uncertainty, not the election. So to summarize, Japan called a snap election for political clarity. Markets are watching because uncertainty affects short-term investors. So this is not about politics. It's about understanding markets behavior. So if you want a more simple elections after the result and during the elections, please follow our channel YouTube Next Gen Investment IQ. Thank you. Bye bye.